Okay. Is it recording? It is. Okay.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Trisha. I'm Lucy.
And we decided to, well, okay, you can say it.
Okay. So we decided we were going to try to make, like, videos with, like, tips and stuff. So our first video is going to be how to deal with concerts when you have anxiety.
Yeah, because, like, we go to a lot of concerts together. Like, sometimes, like, it was, like, 1 or 2 a year. I go with her. And, like,
I go to, like, 50 a
yeah,
year.
she was, like, 50. I go to, like, 3. And we balance each other out really well because, like, I'm the one who, like, I don't know, she has anxiety and I don't. I'm, like, really social. So it kind of works out. And that was my phone. I apologize. That was my mom. So go ahead. I text my mom.
Alright, so, like,
The first thing, we're going to go through, like, tips. This is very unprofessional, by the way. So,
yeah, this is our first video. Don't judge us.
my mom keeps texting me. I gotta shut this off.
Yeah, please.
Okay, we're good.
We're going to have to, like, cut some of this out.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so, like, the first tip is, like, think about how your anxiety affects you. Because personally, I get sick when I'm anxious, and I get anxious about anything, and I'll just throw up, I'm going to be honest. Not pleasant.
Like, we went to a book signing last summer, and she had a strawberry milkshake, and then we were going to meet someone famous, and she just puked in the parking lot. And, like, honestly, I don't mind because my sister has anxiety, but some people, like, if you see someone else puke, they freak out. It's kind of just, like, a chain reaction, so, like, you kind of have to think about, like, the concerts you want to go to, and, like, if you really want to go to a concert where you have anxiety, like, you should think about, like, if it's kind of worth it sometimes, because it's also, like, if it's going to affect, like, your overall health, like, it's not a good idea to go. Especially if you're going in the middle of summer and it's crazy hot and stuff like that.
That's actually a really good point. I've skipped some concerts because it was too much for my anxiety.
Yeah.
And I decided it wasn't worth going.
Yeah.
And dealing with that.
Like, you have to, like, put yourself first. Like, and if you love the people you want to go see and it's really fun, you also have to think about, like, yourself because you're just as important as the people on stage. Just saying.
And, like... So you gotta figure out how long you're gonna be waiting.
Yeah.
I've waited up to 9 hours before for shows.
Was the 9 hours the Darren Criss one, or was that something else that you
I
did?
did 21 Pilots.
Okay, I can think Darren Criss was
Darren
like
Criss
6.
was like 6 hours.
Yeah, it was like 6, but it was still, like, she had an umbrella, and she put it over her head, and she still got sunburned.
I got so burnt. So
I was actually wearing this jacket. It didn't help at all.
Depending on what the time of year is, you also need to account for that.
Yeah, definitely.
If it's summer, bring lots and lots of sunblock.
Yeah. If it's winter, bundle up.
But I wouldn't suggest too much.
Yeah.
Because you are going to be inside that night.
Definitely.
Where it's going to be very hot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's kind of a balancing act in winter. It's not so great.
Yeah, you just kind of have to think about, like, definitely check the weather up. Like, don't be that person who just brings stuff and doesn't think about it. And like, oh, we're going to be fine. It's like, no. You need to check the weather. Like, concert going is, like, some serious shit if you want to get in front of the barricade. Excuse my language, but it's true.
You don't have to say excuse me.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you want to get barricade, like, you have to do some serious planning.
With Barricade, you have to look at the band. You have to look at how many fans they have, how popular they are.
Mm-hmm.
Some shows, you're going to be there the day before to get Barricade.
Yeah. Some shows you can show up, like, an hour before.
I've done that for some shows, like New Politics. I could show up an hour before the thing, and I was in front, in the middle.
Boys and Girls, we did that, too. But that was, like, we found out the same day.
Yeah.
And that was the same for Neon Trees, too. And Small Pools.
Yeah, but Neon Trees was, like, Earthfest, so it doesn't really count.
Earthfest wasn't... We're not going to speak about Earthfest.
And, like,
It
with...
was an upsetting day.
With getting Barricade, you need to look at your venue, too, and see, like, with House of Blues in Boston, you can buy a shirt or buy food, and you can get in early.
They skip the line. Yeah, that kind of is...
It's not great, so you want to look that up.
They favor lazy fans. It's okay. I'll get over it.
They favor money.
Yeah, they do. Like, at the concert we went to, we got there we were, like, 20 people from the front. Then they did the skip the line. And so people bought stuff and got in the front, so we were, like, in the middle. I mean, we were still close, but we weren't...
With 21 Pilots, they did that. I got skipped the line. I told Joanna to wait in line while I bought something, so we ended up in the front, because that was
She's
smart.
Very smart. Yeah, and, like, if you can, try to go with a friend. Like, I know, honestly, like, some people, like, when I go to conventions, there are people there alone and stuff. You can always make friends, but, like... Just, like, try to go with friends because, like, you can hold your place in line while you get water. Like, when we wait in front of the House of Blues, like, one person will wait and then we'll go get water and then we'll come back and we'll just, like, regroup and stuff. So just,
if you are going alone and you're getting there early and waiting in line, make friends with the people next to you.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even have to really make friends with them. If you just ask, can you hold my spot while I run to get something,
they're usually
they'll
pretty nice.
absolutely do it for you.
Like, because you're all, like, in the same place. Hopefully if they're a nice fan. Like, they'll understand, and most people are. Some people are kind of snobby, but most of them are just... They're like, you're all just there for the same reason. So they kind of understand.
And I've gone to concerts alone, and I have really bad anxiety, and it's not that bad. It's you gotta kind of psych yourself up for it. You gotta be prepared
Yeah.
for everything. You gotta be prepared for that long wait alone. Bring a book, bring
Yeah.
snacks, bring water.
Yeah, definitely. And
if
like,
you get sick, make sure you have a plastic bag and
Mhm.
paper towels in your bag because you're probably gonna need them.
yeah. I mean, like with me, I'm totally fine, but like sometimes like she'll get sick, and like it's just good to have like just to have someone that like understands.
And I went to Walk the Moon last week, and I didn't get sick, but we ended up needing the paper towels for the face
Yeah.
paint we were doing.
Yeah, it's always good to have stuff like with me. So a lot of people, they'll bring like a small bag, but like I'm like that one friend in the group that brings like a giant bag. So like this is my bag that I take like everywhere with me. I take it to school, I take it to work. Even though I work in an office, like I take it to conventions. Like I'm that one friend that doesn't mind carrying stuff.
And like this is my bag. It's really not that bad. It's pretty good sized.
Yeah.
I would say your best bet is to bring a bag that goes on your back. Side
Yeah,
bags
'cause
aren't
bags
too
are so
bad,
much better.
but it's a lot easier to like
Yeah.
maneuver. with the
Especially
back.
yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
Like if you put a lot of stuff in it, like me, sometimes like people will bump into the back, but it also makes like a barrier, so no one can get by you. You can just go like boom and just like hit them.
That's another thing. So like for anxiety, if you have anxiety and it's like somewhat crowd based, because I definitely do, but I go to concerts all the time.
Yeah.
You either want to be in barricade, and you can't get barricade. You want to be in the side or in the back, because in the middle you're gonna get anxious.
It's
and
like
you're
a
gonna
pit.
get sick.
Yeah.
It is a
it's
pit. That's what it's called. It's the pit.
Oh my god. Like she just like Lucy's really good. Like she'll just like barrel through and like get us to the front. And like we have one friend, Caitlin. She's like kind of tall. So like at concerts, like the two of us are like jumping up and down, like pushing people aside. And then our friend is just like super tall, just like standing there, like yeah.
Like at the Walk the Moon,
It's
there
like
was
bodyguards.
at Walk the Moon there was like the entire barricade was full, but like I kind of snuck my hand onto the barricade early in the show.
Yeah. that's
And
it,
that
bye.
I ended up fully against the barricade, and I ended up getting someone else onto the barricade because of that.
Yeah.
It's not too hard. You want to do like this shoulder thing where you put one shoulder in and kind of like maneuver yourself
Do like the hokey pokey.
It really is.
Yeah. I don't know what else do
Whatever.
we rate. This is our first video, so
We can cut some of this out. Like
yeah, I'm not good at video editing, but we have a friend who is, so what did I rate? Oh, sunblock.
yeah,
Well, I think we wrote sunblock.
yeah, we just say some block.
Tips for peeps. Be considerate about your friends.
Yeah, if your friend starts to get anxious and you want to stay at the barricade,
like
I would. If your friend is okay with it, you can stay, but create a place that you're gonna meet after.
yeah,
But if your
definitely.
friend really looks like she needs help, go with her.
Yeah, like it's like a concert is fun, but at the same time, like if it's like someone's health or like it's your friend, like it's your friendship, like you go with them. I don't care, like you yeah. It's
Also,
so hard to
with getting
explain.
barricade, don't go to the middle if you have anxiety.
Yeah,
Go to
stay
the side. Because there's gonna be crowd surfers. The roughest is in the middle
Yeah.
because that's where like the singers are
Everyone-
honestly gonna come out,
Yeah.
and it's a little bit rough, but it's going to the side is definitely the best option.
I think for Apocalypto we were at the side.
Yeah, I go to the side every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to do that for small pools? Or are we going to be... Because we're going to get VIP.
I think small pools we can go in the middle.
Yeah. We'll be good. Yeah,
Well,
we're going to a concert
we want to
like,
get
in a couple
we,
weeks.
we want to get there a little earlier. 'Cause
Yeah.
we want to be one of the first ones in.
Yeah, she loves them. I'm kind of like, she introduced me to them. We went to Earth Fest, like, I texted her like an hour before Earth Fest, I'm like, you want to go to Earth Fest with me? And apparently Small Pools was playing in Neon Trees.
I got
which is
so
really cool.
excited for
Yeah,
small pools.
but
like,
it was-
I love them.
It was like a year, or I think it was like a year after the Boston bombing, so like they said it was going to be heavy security, so they said no backpacks. So we didn't bring any backpacks, and we waited like 6 hours, and then I saw people with backpacks, and we got really bad sunburns.
That's another thing. Bring lots and lots
Yeah.
of water. Like, we were lucky enough that a venue worker took pity on
Yeah,
us.
we made friends with them.
Yeah, we made friends with him. He was nice, and he gave us water.
But it was like, oh, so bad.
Always bring water. Even if the venue says no water allowed, we'll need it for
Honestly,
line.
Yeah.
And half the time they don't look enough in the bags
They don't
so they
really
even
care.
see it.
Yeah. Like, they'll say no bags, but if they say no bags, I'd still be on the safe side and bring, like, a small bag. Or even if you look stupid, a fanny pack would be good, honestly. Like, they can't say no bags at all, because, like, one of our friends has diabetes, and she always has to bring a bag with her to have her stuff in it.
Mhm.
So, like, even if they say no bags, you can always bring, like, a purse or something, like, a really small one.
Yeah, I don't think any places really say no
Yeah.
bags. I think it's more a
Unless
limit.
it's, like,
So
you're seeing the president or
make
something.
sure you're looking at the rules for each
Yeah.
venue.
Yeah, look up the rules and everything and how it's set up and stuff, and, like, where you think you're going to be, and plan from there, kind of.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it. This is our first video.
Very immature.
Hopefully it helped someone, because I've gotten a lot of questions online asking for like tips on how to do all this stuff with anxiety.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult, I know.
Especially if you live in like a city like we do, and you're very accessible to like all the different concerts and venues and stuff. Like we've gone to so many different types of things too, not just concerts, like conventions or like just really weird things.
We'll probably do a video on conventions because that is a different kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, like I went to my first, like not Comic-Con, but like my first official convention this past summer, and I was kind of underprepared for something. So.
I've gone to several conventions, all of different sizes.
Yeah.
The biggest was probably PAX, and that was crazy insane.
I've only been to one type, so. I'm not as experienced because I'm poor, but that's okay.
I'm also poor. I just don't spend my money well.
Exactly. Like, if you... Oh, well, this is just a side thing, and then we'll stop, because you're probably annoyed with us by now. But, like people ask, like, how do you afford all, like, these conventions and concerts and stuff? It's like, we have jobs. Like, she works a hell of a lot, and then I have school, but I also work. And so, like... I spend my money wisely, and I try to budget, and sometimes I'll, like, guilt trip my parents into buying me tickets and stuff for birthdays. I use my presents wisely, too.
Oh, yeah, someone called me a rich brat because of how many concerts I went to. I was like I work my ass off. That's another thing. I made going to concerts my living by getting a job in a venue.
Basically, that's her life.
And, like, the thing with anxiety, you gotta get yourself used to it.
Yeah.
And
the more you do it, the more fun
we
it
said
gets,
earlier in the video, don't push yourself. But if you really love a band...
Oh my god.
Try to push yourself.
You'll be best friends in like a year.
It's like...
You'll be surprised at how fast it can happen.
You gotta kind of assess how bad your anxiety is and your levels and figure out which concerts are actually worth it. Because I've had concerts where I've had panic attacks, but I've had the best time of my life.
Yeah.
And then I've had concerts where I just decided not to go. And I've pushed myself and I've not pushed myself. And I know which ones I should and should not do.
Yeah.
And that's something you really need to keep in mind for.
Yeah. Like, in the end, it's all about you and your experience. Like, we went to I went to a concert, like, my second concert was her very first concert, and we were so inexperienced. We showed up, like, an hour before. We were in the way back, but because we were with our friends, like, it was still really fun. So no matter where you end up, you're gonna have a good time if you, like, try to have a good time. Even if you're in the back, you can still have fun. But, like, and then, like, 3 years later, right? I think it's, like, it's, like, 3 years later, she's, like, a concert veteran.
It was 4 years. I was in 2011. I
like,
could see the ticket.
We seem like normal people, but at concerts we're crazy.
And now I've gone to like 1, 2, 3.
She's
4,
got all
5,
her
6,
tickets
7,
right
8,
there.
9,
Let me see if I
10,
can like
12,
do.
13, 14,
I'm gonna
15,
pan it real quick just so you
but
can
like
see.
I'm missing a lot of tickets because either I didn't get a ticket or.
So that's all her tickets, and those are pictures, and then I think there's more up here. So we're gonna sign off now because I don't want to get back in the frame. So say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.